Hey everybody, it's Weaver again, and hopefully this will be my splendid, spectacular, awesome, successful return to YouTube. Though this is not the video that I wanted to mark that return, but this is as good a time as any to talk about it, and I feel like it does need to be talked about. And I feel like a certain perspective needs to be put on this because a lot of people are overlooking that. And for the sake of candor, this video is going to be about the word tranny. Subsequently also the word shemale, but mostly the former. I'm going to try to avoid using any words like that, but it'll be pretty obvious what I'm talking about. Now, I could go into the etymology of this word and what it originally meant when it came up and how that compares to how people are using it now versus how people are using it now and who it's primarily used against and how it's used and all this stuff. But I feel like that's going to come off as more of an attack than anything, and that is so not what I want this video to be. I want this video to be pretty much a plead with people to stop and take a look at what's happening. So I'm actually going to explain what I expected to happen versus what actually happened. Now, what I expected to happen was there was going to be the initial incident where someone said this word and made a big deal out of it. And then there was going to be this massive backlash, which everybody knew was coming. And there was going to be like a word war that lasted for maybe 2 or 3 weeks. And then people were going to stop. And I figured at that point, this word was going to die down a little bit. And people were just going to realize that this word has an impact. And whether or not they claim that it has an impact, whether or not they see that it has an impact, they're going to realize that it does. They're going to realize that it's hurting us even if they don't see it. And that never happened. And instead, we were called fringe by RuPaul and Jane County. We were told that we're being too sensitive. We were told that it's just a word. And for the sake of argument, I'd like to remind everybody that it wasn't that long ago that the N-word was just a word. And it wasn't that long ago that the word faggot was just a word. And the issue with claiming that something is just a word is that it's never just a word. These words aren't just words. They're war cries, they're offensive slurs, they're insults, they're demeaning shouts to put you back in your place. And nobody deserves that, least of all us. And for everybody who's claiming that it's just a word and that it has no meaning, then I don't understand the problem. Why can't you just stop? It's just a word. And I know that you feel that it's your right to use that word, and I'm not arguing that. You have every right to use whatever words you want. But I'm just hoping that you'll see that it has effects, that it has impact. It has impact on the trans youth that never lived to be adults. It has impact on the trans youth that hear that as a war cry before violence. It has an impact, whether you want to see it or not. And hopefully this will actually open a few eyes. So for those of you out there claiming that it's just a word, it is. So I don't see the problem. And on that note, talk to y'all later. Lots of love. Bye.